Is the UK economy on the brink of a major crisis? The question has been echoing on the streets of London, reverberating in the halls of Parliament, and filling the airwaves of financial news channels. The once vibrant economy of the United Kingdom is staring at a potential energy crisis and the grim prospect of stagflation. Newly at the helm, Prime Minister Liz Truss finds herself in the eye of the storm, tasked with taming the country's inflation problem. But the path to economic stability is strewn with formidable obstacles. The first is the energy crisis sweeping across Europe, forcing the UK to dig deep into its coffers to shield itself from skyrocketing energy prices. While this measure might keep household bills at bay, it could lead to increased borrowing, higher interest rates, and a stalling economy. Then, there's the risk that traditional growth stimulants like price caps and tax cuts may fall short without additional pro-growth policies. The third hurdle is the absence of regulations promoting energy efficiency, a key factor that could thwart future economic growth. And finally, the global economic slowdown looms large, threatening to dampen domestic growth. These hurdles are not insurmountable, but they will require strategic and well-timed decisions. The energy crisis in Europe is more than just a seasonal hiccup. It's a complex problem that's hitting the UK hard, acting as the first of several hurdles threatening the country's economic stability. Picture this: energy prices are soaring. They're climbing higher and higher, and the UK, like a ship in a storm, is trying to weather it all. To do this, the country is spending a significant amount of money to protect itself, like a shield against the onslaught of rising costs. It's a necessary move, but one that comes with its own risks. You see, to afford this shield, the government might need to borrow more. This could potentially lead to higher interest rates, which in turn could put a halt to economic growth. It's a bit like a domino effect, each action causing a reaction that could topple the UK's financial stability. But why are energy prices surging in the first place? It's a mix of factors, really: high demand, low supply, geopolitical tensions, even weather patterns. They're all playing their part, and the UK, heavily dependent on imported energy, is feeling the effects. What makes this situation even more critical is that it's not a one-off event. Energy prices are volatile, they fluctuate, and there's a real risk they could continue to rise. This isn't just a passing storm, it's a long-term issue that needs long-term solutions. So, what does this mean for the UK's economy? Well, in simple terms, it's a challenge. A challenge that could impact everything from inflation rates to people's living standards, from business profitability to the country's overall economic growth. In conclusion, the energy crisis is a clear and present danger to the UK's economic stability. It's a hurdle that needs to be overcome, but with careful planning, strategic decision-making, and a bit of resilience, it's a hurdle that can be cleared. Stimulating growth is not as simple as flipping a switch. It's a multifaceted process filled with numerous hurdles. One such hurdle is the potential insufficiency of measures currently in place to stimulate growth. Picture price caps and tax cuts. These are all well and good, but what if they're just not enough? Without additional pro-growth policies, these measures might end up being a drop in the ocean, unable to truly kickstart the growth the UK so desperately needs. And then there's the third hurdle, the lack of regulation to promote energy efficiency. This is a significant roadblock on the path to sustainable growth. An economy can't reach its full potential if it's hindered by inefficient energy use. This is not just a matter of environmental responsibility, but also a matter of economic strategy. Energy efficiency can lead to cost savings, market competitiveness, and job creation, all vital components of a flourishing economy. Without effective pro-growth policies and proper regulation, the UK's economy could stagnate. It's a complex puzzle, but one that needs to be solved for the sake of economic stability and growth. The global economy is a web of interconnected parts. Just as a ripple in a pond can create waves, a slowdown in the global economy can have far-reaching effects. The UK, despite its economic prowess, is not immune to these global shifts. The final hurdle that the UK faces is this very global economic slowdown. The world's economy has been sluggish, grappling with the aftermath of the pandemic, geopolitical tensions, and various other challenges. This slowdown can impact UK's domestic growth, as it can lead to a decrease in foreign investments, a fall in exports, and increased financial market volatility. Moreover, it's not just about the immediate impacts. A global economic slowdown can have long-term effects, influencing the country's fiscal policies, employment rates, and overall economic stability. It's vital for the UK to be prepared for these external economic shocks. This includes having flexible economic policies, robust financial systems, and adaptive business strategies. In an interconnected world, the UK cannot afford to ignore the global economic situation. The UK economy is at a crossroads. We've delved into the energy crisis, the hurdles to growth, and the global economic slowdown. Each of these challenges presents a complex puzzle. The energy crisis is threatening to burn through cash reserves, while the growth hurdles and global slowdown are obstacles that need strategic decision-making to overcome. The UK needs to focus on pro-growth policies, energy efficiency, and robust economic measures. The road to recovery may be long and steep, but with the right decisions, the UK can navigate its way through this economic